Over a year ago, I was excoriated by a blue-pilled friend of mine, along with numerous other people, for the sin of daring to postulate that perhaps the COVID virus might have leaked from the Wuhan laboratory. I mean, given the fact that it was one of the only laboratories in the world studying coronavirus, was right there at the epicenter of the outbreak, where it just happened to occur, probably randomly, and posing this as a possibility got me labeled not only a conspiracy theorist, but a moron as well. Gotta love these people. And the assertion that perhaps this was a hypothesis that was worth investigating was deemed utterly unscientific by the follow the science crowd. You know who I'm talking about. Those erudite neoliberal leftists who believe that they are better than you, that they know what's best for you, and they let you know it. Like, for example, their brilliant economic policies and math skills that they are able to demonstrate on national television.
Somebody tweeted recently that actually with the money he spent, he could have given every American $1 million.
I've got it. Let's put it up on the screen. When I read it tonight on social media, it kind of all became clear. Bloomberg spent $500 million on ads. U.S. population, 327 million. Don't tell us if you're ahead of us on the math. He could have given each American $1 million and have had lunch money left over. It's an incredible way of putting it.
It's an incredible way of putting it. It's true. It's disturbing.
Of course, when Donald Trump and sitting U.S. Senator Tom Cotton stated that they had seen intelligence bolstering this hypothesis of lab leak, the corporate press and the neoliberal establishment immediately went and labeled them dangerous racists, conspiracy theorists, promoting a debunked theory. Well, now that St. Fauci, who originally came out very strongly against lab leak theory, has indicated it might be a possibility, the Ministry of Truth, aka the heads of social media, which would vaporize your YouTube channel or ban you altogether from Twitter and Facebook, or castigate you in print or on TV, well, finally, they are allowing the plebs to wade into the shallow end of the lab leak theory with only a scornful look and a very watchful eye. I'm sure those of us speaking out currently will end up on the FBI list of white supremacists who pose the greatest possible amount of risk to the United States, while those who attack federal courthouses trying to burn them down night after night, or who loot local businesses as their reparation rights entitle them to, are still the good guys. The same people and organizations who for over a year insisted that we follow the science, that hurled vitriol at anyone who didn't nod their heads like good little lemmings, who didn't follow their intellectual superiors off of the Corona cliff, allowing lockdowns, destruction of the economy, the mental health of adults declining, the rise in opiates use and alcoholism, children not being allowed to attend school and socialize. All those people who parroted the words, follow the science, have not one iota of understanding of what is actually entailed in the scientific method. So how does follow the science mean demonizing a hypothesis, stating that it lacks any merit with zero investigation? This, despite serious people like Professor Brett Weinstein, amongst numerous others, telling you that it is a distinct possibility. That doesn't even necessarily mean that they are correct, but you have to be able to disprove the hypothesis that might explain the phenomena. That, my friends, is the scientific method in action. Follow the science. I say that with a good deal of scorn and mocking, because you're going to have to explain to me how these brilliant scientists told us that lab leak was impossible, and the social media companies, in conjunction with the Democratic establishment, prevented us from discussing the possibility. They censored dissenters. They kicked us off platforms. Now it comes out that lab leak is more than a distinct possibility. And the Democrats claim that they are the party of science. Question that I'm sure you guys are asking. Why on earth would they do this? Let's employ Occam's razor, which states that the simplest answer is usually the correct one. It was an election year. They wanted evil Trump out of office, and they would shove any narrative they could down our throats that would help give Orange Man a bad taste. And why allow any pushback to the negative association that they were creating? So for those of you who doubt my theory, who will tell me and try to label me a conspiracy theorist once again for even broaching this possibility, I ask you, and I'm truly asking, were they following the scientific method? Did they disprove the lab leak theory at the time? Evidently not. And I'm going to tell you, there was a substantial amount of evidence back then. Or perhaps it was politically convenient to use the powers that they had to censor voices for media outlets like CNN and the New York Times to let it be known that you would be labeled a heretic if you raised your voice against their political science. Because, let's face it, that's the only science that they were practicing. These people should lose all credibility. We should never listen to them again. They do not have our national interests at heart. They do not have your interests at heart. These are not neutral scientists trying to examine truth as it really is with a neutral eye. No, they will sacrifice you. They will sacrifice your business. They will sacrifice the health of your children to the lockdowns and at the altar of coronatarianism, because truth and real science is not what guides them. Their North Star is power and control. Guys, please thumb up this video and share this video, because the people need to know what's going on. So thumb it up, share it, and if you're new, subscribe to the channel and hit the all notification bell if you do. Have a fantastic day. Follow the science, the real science. Peace out.